Hey, what's up YouTube? Benaris here with another episode showcasing Star Wars The Old Republic. Today we're going to be taking a look at the first Flashpoint, also known as an instance here in the game. This is meant for players who have just graduated from their first planet, and we're going to start the conversation in just a second.
I'll tell the captain that I'll be back on the bridge as soon as I've done his errand.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you aboard. I'm Lieutenant Silas, second in command of the Black Talon. We're your ride to Drummond Cass.
Now, the way the conversation picking works, you'll see players roll down here when they choose their conversation option.
Captain isn't bothering to greet me?
We may only be a transport, but someone needs to stay on the bridge, and the captain prefers to keep to himself. On our present course, we should arrive at the capital within the day. Won't be any trouble. I should also add on behalf of everyone, it's an honor to service the Sith and the Korriban Academy. Consider yourself our guest.
We appreciate your graciousness, Lieutenant.
You're on the passenger list, aren't you? Coming from Hutter? There's room for everyone. I won't keep you further. When we arrive in the Drummond system, I'll have you informed. In the meantime, your droid's in the conference room. We picked it up with the upgrades from Geonosis. When we docked here, it mentioned your names.
Sorry, I don't know what droid you're talking about.
Oh? The machine asked for you, so I assumed you were the owner. My mistake. In any case, it seems someone wants to get in touch. The conference room is down the hall. I'll be on the bridge. And you, soldier, when you're done playing honor guard, get back to your post. This isn't a luxury yacht.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so basically the premise is we have just graduated from our first planet, which if you haven't seen my previous videos, I have kind of documented that adventure, and we're now finding ourselves on a transport ship meant to go to Drummond Cass. Now, we have here a droid that apparently was left for us with an important message.
Identity confirmed. Good day. I'm Advanced Protocol Unit NRO2. My functions are diplomacy, translation, manslaughter, and calumniation. I have an urgent message for you from my master. Please stand by for delivery.
You have my complete, undivided attention.
This is Unit NRO2 to Grand Moff Kilran. You are now in contact with the Black Talon.
Well, so I am, and it seems you brought me just the people I've been looking for. My name is Rikus Kilran. I'm commander of the 5th Fleet, second to the Minister of War, and my personal favorite, the so-called Butcher of Coruscant.
Something wrong with the hologram? Or is your face supposed to look like that?
The scars, they're an old gift from a Jedi friend. I barely notice them anymore. 6 hours ago, the Republic engaged in an illegal border skirmish on the edges of Imperial territory. One enemy warship escaped. That warship, the Brental Star, is carrying a passenger of vital strategic importance. Yours is the only vessel placed to intercept.
How do I fit in?
I'll explain in a moment. The warship's passenger is codenamed the General. We don't know his identity, but the Republic believes he possesses military secrets, our military secrets. I trust the reports. The General must be captured or killed. Captain Orzik, the man commanding your transport, doesn't share my enthusiasm. He's disobeyed my orders to attack. Feel free to show him what the Empire does to cowards. Then commandeer his ship, find the Brental Star, and deal with the General.
Right now, I'm more interested in getting to Drummond Cass.
Oh, I can sympathize. But I'm sure Lord Zash appreciates that the Empire comes before her research. The General will be dead or in custody by day's end. If he's not, I assure you, your ship will never reach port.
I will lead the way to the bridge. Once Captain Orzik is deposed and our hijacking is complete, we may proceed to the Brental Star. Excellent.
Alright, so our task is set. We essentially have to hijack the ship because the commander, for whatever reason, doesn't feel that he should be required to participate in this task. It looks like we have some soldiers here waiting for us. This could turn ugly.
This is a restricted area. Captain Orzik's command. You'll have to leave immediately.
Sorry, I'm not quite sure where I am.
This is the command deck entry hatch. No one's allowed in until we reach our destination.
Time is limited. We must proceed to the bridge immediately.
Our orders were to treat any approach as an attack. You need to take your droid and move it.
You think you scare me?
You had your chance. We warned you. Blasters out! Attack! Attack!
All right, here we go. This is where the instance actually
Proceed to
starts.
the bridge immediately.
We appear to be right here. Do this, get aggro, and now we're going to start blowing everything away. So my character is a Assassin Spec Inquisitor, and I've actually gone down the damage tank, or the damage tree. Now there is also a tanking tree here, and I am, for the purpose of this particular instance, going to be basically melee DPSing, but also tanking at the same time. The reason is, on this particular instance, really it's not too crucial to have a, what's considered an optimal group composition, where you have, one tank, one healer, damage, etc. This instance was designed pretty much for players who had not specialized yet, and if they had, just having maybe one talent point or two, and generally have not found their way around their character and how they want to play yet.
I assure you, the deaths of all injured crew members will be strategically insignificant.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So you'll notice right off the bat, I'm using my number 6 ability. The way this works is you basically have weapon enchants that you put on your lightsaber, and pressing 6 more or less unleashes them onto your opponents. Now, the one that I have is the tanking one, and I chose it because it also has an AoE. You can see here, Lightning Charge deals 397 periodic damage over 18 seconds, and I am definitely keyboard turning while I have my mouse over that particular arrow, or button rather. So, now we need to just continue to make our way up towards the bridge, which should be located in this direction if I recall. But do we have to do something here? No, we don't apparently. Okay. Alright, that's fine, so we're going to shock him. And if you'll notice that we are pretty much just rolling this place, I am level 14, it's meant for level 10, but you generally will. It's a very, very simple instance. Again, it's not meant to be, coming out of the gates at level 10 and here's your first heroic. So this is basically just to get you acclimated to how the storytelling works when it comes to flashpoints, and working on the beginnings of group coordination and helping you become familiar with how your character works in a group environment. Now, I thought we killed that guy, but there we go. Alright, now you'll notice also I do have Sprint. This is something you get at level 14. Basically, it's a plus 35% run speed buff that is active all the time that you are not in combat. You do need to turn it on, but once it's on, it'll reinitialize every time you go in and out of combat. So now we've found the bridge, and we're going to initiate another dialogue in just a moment or two as soon as this person's dead. And there we go. Looks like that's the last of them. Wait on Tank, and who else? Let's see, there's Cats, Tank. We need Soul Power. Soul Power, where are you, sir?
All Marines have been neutralized. Scanning for additional threats.
What's going on? Sir, stay calm, Ensign. Everyone stay calm.
No threats found. The bridge is now secure.
I think what's happened is Soul Power has actually DC'd, so we're going to have to sit here for just a second or two. There we go.
Or perish.
Hands off the consoles. We're all listening, my lord.
I can handle this, Lieutenant. I'm Captain Revenant Orzik. I'm pretty sure I know what this is about. For the record, I take complete responsibility for my actions.
Am I supposed to care?
I'm not looking for a pardon. I just don't want my crew punished. You're here because of the Moff, aren't you? You must want the Bental Star's passenger pretty badly. Or maybe he just hates me. The Black Talon would be destroyed chasing a battleship. I've fought in the war before, and I'll fight again, but I don't do suicide missions.
Suicide was deciding you could ignore your superiors.
The captain's dead! The captain's dead.
Shut up! You have our attention, my lord. What would you have us do?
I'm sorry it came to this. The rest of you don't have to suffer the same fate.
But what about the...
You have your instructions.
In accordance with Article 27A of the Imperial Code of Military Conduct, command of this vessel has been lawfully transferred. New orders are being downloaded to your consoles. Priority 1, intercept the Brentol Star.
Bukhara, do as the droid says and prepare to jump to light speed.
Emerging from hyperspace now. One Thranta-class warship on the scanners. Powering up...
Enemy is firing. Turbo lasers, missiles, and what looks like transport pods. I'm not sure.
Pods are a distraction. Return fire. Aim for their power generators. So long as they're damaged and we're not, we have the advantage.
Lieutenant, Captain Silas, sir. Engineering is reporting blaster fire. They just cut out.
This crew is becoming a disappointment. We'll have to address that someday.
Damn it. It must be some sort of boarding action. If they're in engineering, they could destroy this ship. With due respect, I recommend you lend a hand down there.
This is beneath me, but I'll do it.
I'll notify security.
And don't worry, we won't let those Republic scum get away.
So since one person in our group is disconnected, that should actually... Oh, no, wait, here he is. Never mind. Cool. Now back to the task at hand. We have to get down to engineering. Oh, it's that sound. Oh, yes. All too familiar. Alert. Although I think it's kind of funny they haven't changed that alert sound in several hundred years. So first drop pod's out. Over here, get some aggro. And we also have another ability that's pretty interesting and I find quite useful for PvP. And that is this right here, Overload. Deals 130 and 142 energy damage and knocks all enemies back within 8 meters. That. Knock these people out. Again, these are all non-elite, very easy to kill. I keep reiterating this because I want you guys to... I want to make sure you don't skip out on this, because there's two ways that you can proceed to Drummond Koss. Number one, if you leave Korriban or Hutta and you arrive at the station, you'll be basically talked to by an NPC that says, hey, you can take a solo ship there, and then you will miss out entirely on this, or you can talk to another NPC and get engaged with a group and go clear this place out. Now, you don't actually even have to have a full group to clear this place. If it turns out that for whatever reason you can't seem to find a good group of people, you can come in here with like 2, 3, and it'll, instead of having a fourth person here, one of your companions will actually come out and help. So if you need a tank, you can have the Sith Inquisitor summon it. If you want a healer, you can have the Bounty Hunter bring it out. You know, whatever you think is necessary, you will be able to have that. You'll be able to have that option to plan your group appropriately. So it looks like they are actually getting very close to the engine. We have arrived at the engine room. You see it's located down there. So we're just going to clear out the robots, then we're going to clear a couple waves of mobs, and then engage that boss, GXR-5 Sabotage Droid. One thing that you probably noticed from the start, and this is something that I really, really enjoy about this experience, is the amount of interactivity. You have light and dark side choices. You can actually, more or less, affect how some of the story plays out. You saw how one of our companions, Tink, decided to kill the captain. Now that can affect just a little bit how this thing plays out. But still, just, you know, the fact that, yes, we're running around killing mobs, this is a very familiar model, but at the same time, we're being driven towards a greater purpose, and that is, we have to protect the ship, then we're going to have to board our opponent's ship, and then capture the target, whoever it is over there. So now we've cleared out the droids, I'm going to go in and engage this boss. Like I said, I do have my little tanking buff enabled. So we're just going to start this up immediately. We probably won't even have to have a... whoa, what in the world was that? Well, I was going to say we probably wouldn't have to have a healer, but we definitely won't if he's going to be doing that. Take 2, killing this boss. You see, he has got a huge honking gun. Oh man, that thing is massive. So I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between 1, 2, and 7 right here. 7 is a shock. It does a pretty decent amount of damage. Another aspect of this boss fight are these robots right down there. Some of them, when they explode, they actually do a lot of damage. So you got to be pretty careful. See, there goes one right there, and it knocked him down a little bit.
Please return to the bridge. We need you.
So we need to go to the bridge, but it looks like we now have our loot. Medium armor, Black Talon Operative's jacket. You can just kind of see the stats there. No, I actually don't need it, so I'm going to roll greed, and we're going to head back to the bridge. Let's see. Oh, there's a chest back there. Nice. I think this chest always spawns here. I just keep forgetting about it. Is that an upgrade? No, it's not. Alright, so now that we've cleared out the top area and the bottom, we are free to use this elevator, which now is opened up to us, to return back to the bridge and discuss our plans for infiltrating our opponent's ship. We will have to wait for everybody to actually take the elevator. And while we'll do that, we'll look around the bridge real quick. Just kind of give you guys a general idea of how it's laid out. All right. There's 3 and there's 4. Whenever you're in a group environment like this, it's always a good idea to try to stay as tightly packed with your group as possible in order to minimize the amount of waiting.
Damage reports from all decks. We're holding together, sir, but I don't know for how long.
Make sure it's long enough, Ensign. Your life and career are at stake.
Please stand alert. Grand Moff Kilran's representatives have returned.
Congratulations, my lord. Security reports that the sabotage droids have been destroyed.
Fill me in on the situation.
We've penetrated the Brental Star's outer defenses. Their next assault won't come until we enter fighter range. Another minute, maybe 2.
Transmission coming in. Long range. It's a message, but it's not from the Brental Star.
Put it through, Ensign.
This is Jedi Grand Master Satil Shan hailing unidentified Imperial vessel. I'm en route to your location with 16 Republic vessels. I'm asking you to retreat before more lives are lost.
Disregard the transmission. Continue closing on the Brental Star.
Understood. Maintaining course and speed.
The Brental Star is under my protection. Our convoy was ambushed and I sent the Star ahead. We will reunite. I just crippled 3 Imperial dreadnoughts. I don't wish to destroy you. The peace between Republic and Empire is fragile enough already.
Peace is a lie, Jedi. The Sith know this.
I won't be drawn into a philosophical debate. Incidents like this are happening across the galaxy, but only because we let them. Leave the Brental Star to me. If you don't, then may the Force be with you. Because the men and women aboard that ship can hold you off until we arrive, and you will be defeated.
You're deluding yourself. The ship is already mine.
You've made yourself clear. But I suggest you prepare to face a Jedi. And you may want to consider what that means.
Entering fighter range. The Brental Star is launching its first squadron.
All right. Now we're close enough to fly in and send a raiding party. I assume you're going.
Whatever's necessary to finish this.
We'll be awaiting your successful return.
I advise that you proceed to the shuttle bay. The flight to the Brental star may be hazardous, but Grand Moff Kilran has complete faith in your abilities.
So it appears we're on somewhat of a timetable here. I don't know if fighting a Jedi is the best thing for us at this level, so I think we should work quickly. Truth be told, we are not actually, but we're going to be RPing it up, yo. So let's go down to the starboard hangar and take our ship, and we'll see how this goes. Now, we are actually a good chunk of the way through the instance already, but there is still plenty to do over there. We're going to have to disable some consoles, deal with, I think, 2, 3, 4 more bosses, actually, if I remember correctly. Now that we're here, there are a few, again, non-elites down here. There may be 1 or 2 strong mobs, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. The number 3 ability that I have is essentially kind of a backstab sort of deal. You can only do it from behind. And it does a lot of damage. It also uses a lot of energy, too. Or a lot of force, rather. So the first stage of this bonus quest is to kill 25 of these Republic troops. Shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, you see we're already more or less just kind of rolling through the place. Now, just a heads up, I am going to be featuring videos on pretty much all of the instances. So if you haven't already done so, I would highly suggest subscribing to get kind of walkthroughs and understand the basic mechanics of the boss fights that are available in these instances. It's definitely a game that I'm going to be planning to push pretty hard, as truth be told, you know, there's a lot of discussion right now, especially by players who haven't played it but just have seen it, that they say it's a WoW clone. There are certain elements that, I mean, yeah, they're pretty much built on stuff that WoW kind of popularized. But you've got to remember that A, WoW was not the first. WoW did not invent the MMO genre. It took a lot of stuff as well. B, it's not necessarily a bad business decision to go with a lot of things that a large player base is already familiar with. It helps players, you know, come into the game and be in a more comfortable position when they start playing. The nicest thing about this is really the audio-visual interaction that you have when giving, you know, quest rewards back, when taking new quests, and of course the level of interactivity with your environment in an instance such as this really helps add what feels like a purpose for what we're doing here. So let's make sure we have everybody coming down. As we see, he is getting ready to snipe. Oh, nice headshot right there. Looks like he is down for the count. Ow! Oh man, knocked away there, but that is one of the nicest things about this game, like I said before. Just you've seen the cinematics, you've seen the little cutscenes, and they're all throughout the game. It's